Hello and welcome back to another in-depth other video. Today is going to be a quick overview of Zeta's landfall as well as the snow that will be hitting the northeast in the next few days. If you like this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell. Now let's jump right on into it. Currently we have plenty of winter weather alerts in the southern plains and the southern Rockies, as well as we have Zeta's alerts here in the Gulf Coast. Currently, we have winter storm warnings, ice storm warnings, winter weather advisories in the southern plains and the southern Rockies. Zeta-related alerts, we have hurricane warnings, we have tropical storm warnings, we have storm surge warnings, we have flash flood watches. We also have special weather statements, hurricane local statements. We have tropical storm watches. We have some hydrologic outlooks as well. So just a cluster of different alerts here in the south, and that is because these two storms are going to be eventually combining, moving into the northeast. Now let's move on to the radar. So right now you can see that we have this snow and freezing rain event in Texas and Oklahoma. That is Billy, and that'll be moving with this overall flow here. You can start to see Zeta kind of peeking out into the Gulf. That will be making landfall today. We also have some showers in the northeast as well, some snow showers in the Great Lakes region. But that's about it. Moving on here to the satellite imagery. So you can see that Zeta has definitely weakened, but it is regaining strength here. As you can see, that convection is definitely better than it was a few hours ago. So you can start to see that plume start to come up there. Now you can see Billy as well there, but overall, I just want to point out the flow here. The flow is coming from down here, and it's going up into the northeast. And then we have this other flow up to the north here as well. So we definitely will be seeing plenty of rain and plenty of snow in some spots in this general area, as these two storms will dump rain and snow. Well, not much snow, but dump rain in the southeast, the south central parts of the country, the parts of the Great Lakes, and into the northeast, mid-Atlantic, and New England. And now let's move on to the National Hurricane Center. So currently, Tropical Storm Zeta has maximum sustained winds of 70 miles an hour, minimum central pressure of 990 millibars, and is moving northwest at 15 miles an hour. So moving down here, let's look at the cone here. We already talked about the warnings. This is expected to become a hurricane, make landfall in Louisiana and Mississippi, and then quickly deform into a tropical depression. And by this point, I think that they're gonna relinquish the advisories to the Weather Prediction Center, because at this point, 7 p.m. on Thursday, this will be fully integrated into Billy, and at that point, it's just gonna be dumping rain, maybe a little bit of wind. But now you start to go on full nor'easter alert, and that's the Weather Prediction Center. So we're gonna just say that won't be where it is at that time. Now, earliest reasonable arrival time of tropical storm force winds. So we have the arrival time of winds here with wind speed probabilities. So highest wind speed probabilities are from Wednesday 8 a.m. to Wednesday 2 p.m. 100% on the coast of Louisiana and Mississippi. And that risk goes down, but increases again as the storm starts to get swept off. Wind speeds increase as it moves off the coast. That is very typical with nor'easters. So that is about it. You can start to see that cutoff probably right in here is where the National Hurricane Center will relinquish the advisories to the Weather Prediction Center. So now let's move on here to the Weather Prediction Center for the winter storm outlooks. So we're going to be looking at 1-inch probabilities. So we're going to start here with right about now. You can see hotspot here in New Mexico. That is the 95% chance, but that will be slowly drifting to the north and east. We're just going to be looking at the bullseyes here. So about the same spot, but then starts to get on the move, and we start to see that 1 diminish, 2 is going to start to move right about here. So now the bullseye is now in northern Texas, right? So now the bullseye is now in northern Texas and the panhandle of Oklahoma. Over here, start to see the bullseye is now in the northeast. We start to see that. We move in, that bullseye in the northeast will get stronger. If this would load, that would be great. There we go. And you can see higher elevations of the northeast will get more snow according to the Weather Prediction Center. And by 0 UTC on Saturday, which is technically Friday night for us here in America. So bullseye here is in southeastern Vermont. That is where that 80% chance of picking up an inch is. But you can see that this extent here, you have pretty decent chances in most of upstate New York, parts of northern Connecticut, most of western Massachusetts, excluding the coast and the Cape. You have pretty much all of Vermont and New Hampshire and southwestern Maine. Those are the target areas for this snowfall on Friday. Now let's move on over to the NAM 3-kilometer model. So here we can see that low, upper level low type thing here with Billy. Here's Zeta coming into the coastline. Interesting thing about this, my mind immediately thinks that this is, in a little arm by Billy trying to pull in Zeta, which kind of happens. Zeta makes landfall here. This is about 8 p.m. That moves in. You can see that snow threat kind of diminishes. It's pretty much gone. Then this starts to move into the northeast. Now this is now out to sea. That means that cold air can now pull into the northeast, and then you start to see that change over to snow. This next round of rain comes in, a new low pressure develops, and that's where you're going to see most of your snow. Now, total positive snow depth change. You see the NAM models are being a little bit on the low side with this. The GFS, on the other hand, is being a little bit more intensive with it. The Canadian model, we just gotta switch types of snowfall here, is showing much more snow, but this is total snowfall, so it's a little bit wrong, a little bit overshooting it. Overall, probably just an inch or two, but there's definitely going to be snow here. The flakes will be falling in the northeast. Zeta will be making landfall in Louisiana. Louisiana is getting hit with another tropical system. Insane. But that is all I have for today. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time.